Hi guys, and welcome back to Hilltop Farm. I'm Jay, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make chicken stock. Okay, let's get started. Now, stocks are one of those valuable things that you can't be without in your pantry. Chicken's probably the most valuable one, be the one we use here the most. But of course you also have beef, you have vegetable, fish stock, game stock is another one. Although I must say, here in Australia when I'm doing a game stock, I basically just use things like turkey, things like that. We don't have a lot of game here in Australia, most of it's farmed. The only wild game we have to speak of is kangaroo. And anyone who likes venison, elk, that kind of thing, would like kangaroo. And I don't want the fluffy bunny brigade jumping up and down saying that we Australians shouldn't kill kangaroo. I've heard a lot of this from American subscribers, so I don't want any negative comments about that, because the bottom line is, until Europeans settled in this country, the kangaroo population was such the country could manage. Now it's 2 to 3 times that amount because of agriculture, farming, irrigation, that kind of thing. So we are not culling, Chinese pandas here. We are talking about an animal that is in plague proportions. You ask any Australian that lives in the outback of the country, mosquitoes and cockroaches will become extinct before the kangaroo. So, no negative comments. Okay, so with this chicken stock, you can either put chicken carcasses and things like that in the freezer and build them up over time, which we do here, or like I'm going to do today, I have a whole chicken. Right? Now, this whole bird is going to have a dual purpose. One, today, is going to be the basis of our stock. Okay? So in it goes. And it's not going to be wasted, because when it's finished, all the meat will be pulled off, and on another day, I've got another recipe to show you what to do with that meat. Okay, so there we have our whole chicken in our stock pot. It's about 2.5 kilos or 5 pounds. Okay, now I've got 2 large onions, roughly chopped up, chuck them in. Couple of stalks of celery with the leaves still on. There's no point in taking the leaves off, they've got a lovely peppery flavour, goes right through it. Couple of carrots, just roughly chopped into chunks there. Now, parsley. I tend not to put the leaves of the parsley in because they can actually make it go a funny green colour. I use the stems, and the stems have got a lot of flavour anyway, and it's not like we're actually going to be eating it. It's all sieved when it's finished. Okay, about a teaspoon of peppercorns. Next, a couple of fresh bay leaves, which you screw up and put in there. Now, I know most of you probably use dried bay leaves, and you can, but I always think it's such a shame. If you get a bay tree from your garden centre or nursery and you put it in a large pot, it makes a decorative patio plant, and it's always there to have fresh. Wonderful idea, I think. Anyway, couple of generous pinches of our Himalayan rock salt. That goes in. Now, water. I'm putting in rainwater, but that's because we live in South Australia. And any mariner will tell you South Australia is one of the few places that big ships, when they come into port, they will not refill their water from ours because it's so horrible. We don't have good water. It's full of fluoride and chlorine, and we have such high temperatures that in the summer you turn on the tap and you can smell chlorine. It's disgusting. So we don't drink it, we don't cook with it. We have a rainwater tank, and that's what we use. What we do with this is, if I can, there we go. If I can get the gas lit. Right. We bring this up to a boil. Okay? And once it's at a steady boil, I'll bring you back to show you what it looks like, and we'll take it from there. But as you can see, everything's nicely covered with water, and now we'll wait for it to boil. This has now come up to the boil. You don't want it boiling vigorously, apart from the fact you'll lose all your moisture. The rapid motion will actually cause it all to break up. You don't actually want that. You could actually do this in the slow cooker, lots of people do. Cover it. Now, today I'm probably going to leave that for 3 to 4 hours on the absolute lowest setting. Don't stir it. Check it periodically for the water level. If it starts to drop to where things are becoming exposed, just top up the water a little bit. Other than that, just leave it alone for 3 or 4 hours. Then we'll be back to check it and see what wonders we have in the pot. In the meantime, make yourself a cup of tea, grab a book, and enjoy this beautiful aroma going throughout your house. See you soon. Now we're back. This is looking absolutely gorgeous. Okay, we've been on for 3.5 hours, something like that. Now, what we need to do next is we need to take it off the heat. Okay, it's quite a messy job, so do it on your draining board or in your sink. Okay, we need a bowl to be able to pick up the chicken that will fall apart. Pick up the chicken, drain it off, put that in a bowl. Okay, get as much as you can out of all the vegetable matter. Now, there's nothing wrong with those vegetables really. Give them to your chickens, or put them in your compost heap, but don't throw them out. Okay. As I said, our chicken will disintegrate. So, put that to one side to cool. Now, having removed the bulk of the veg, Okay, we'll pop that to one side too. Now, the rest of our stock I'm going to put through here. What I shall do now is I'll just get the rest of the bits and pieces out of the stock pot here. Okay. Now this is going to be very interesting. Okay, wasn't too bad. Now, this is the most gorgeous stock. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to let it stand for a few hours until it's cool. Once it's cooled down, put it in the fridge, preferably overnight. Make sure it goes really nice and cold. Once it's nice and cold in the morning, if it's gone to plan, when we take it out, there should be a layer of chicken fat on the top, and we'll remove that in the morning, and then you'll be able to see our beautiful end product. Okay, so join me here again after breakfast. We'll take this out of the fridge and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, see you then, and we're back. Now, our stock has rested in the fridge overnight, and as you can see, we have a layer of fatty muck on the top, which we are going to attempt to take off. Okay, it's not going to be super successful because it hasn't formed a solid lump, but you can get a lot of it off. And although to a lot of you it may look awful, I actually don't think it is. I like a certain amount of fat left in the stock, and as I say, although this looks terrible with it floating on the top like this, when you think that that's distributed throughout many jars, it's only like a small spoonful in each one. And fat, like salt and sugar, is one of the key ingredients that top chefs will tell you for giving flavour to things. You remove all fat out of a meat dish, you may as well be eating cardboard. Now, that's about it. The fat we've taken out, save that. That'll be good to throw in next time you're cooking some chips or something like that. Now, when this is heated up, because for the canning process, you don't have to reboil it, but you just bring the heat up so it's not stone cold to go into the canner. When you do that, all that will break down again, and you just have to make sure you stir it in between filling each jar, and it will get evenly distributed throughout the jars. So that's basically it. If you could only smell this, and being cold, it has the most rich chicken flavour. Absolutely beautiful. Beats the hell out of anything you can get from the supermarket. If I'm absolutely desperate, I will buy one of those ready-made Tetra packs, the organic ones of course, but I don't like doing that. I much prefer this. I never ever use a stock cube. Please, I beg you, don't ever use a stock cube. I'd rather use water than a stock cube. Awful. So that is how you make chicken stock. I will be showing you in future videos how to make beef stock and game stock and vegetable stock. Now, if you like this video, please hit the like button, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe so that you don't miss out on any other videos. Hit the little bell next to subscribe, and then you'll get an email every time we do release one. And in the meantime, join us here next time when we can this up. Thank you from me. Goodbye from Hilltop Farm. See ya.